For I know the thoughts I think toward you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. Then you will call upon me and go and pray to me, and I will listen to you. And you will seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart. Jeremiah 29:11-13. If you were to ask many Christians, have you found Jesus? I think a great many of them would say yes. But in what sense? To what degree? And in what way have we found Jesus? In some Christian circles, Jesus is not talked about very much at all. Why not? Perhaps because he has been relegated to the past as someone who lived 2,000 years ago, or someone we hope to get to know better later in heaven. A preacher once said that we didn't find God because God wasn't lost. We were the ones who were lost, and it was God who found us. Like Adam and Eve hiding from God in the garden, many people are still trying to hide from God's loving pursuit. God is not mad at you. God has not given up on you. Jesus is calling. The door is open. Even some believers, God's own children, have tried to hide parts of our lives from him. If we consider the human soul as a house, or as an interior castle, as St. Teresa of Avila would say, which rooms of our soul, mind, will, and emotions, or areas of our life, might we still be holding back from the divine guest, the Lord, whom we have invited to share our lives? He will enjoy with us whatever depth of relationship that we allow, while still wanting more and waiting patiently and calling and pursuing our hearts. The church is not a corporation or a job or a social club or a popularity contest. The church is the people of God's kingdom, and everything in the kingdom is contrary to the ways of the world. There is no shame, no manipulation, no coercion. Freedom in the house of God means you're not trying to earn something from God or people. You're not trying to impress leaders or accumulate followers or control situations. You don't need the approval of mere mortals. You need a perfect lover who can transform you into exactly what he wants, into exactly what makes you happiest. Finding Jesus is exactly what your heart wanted all along. He is the one for whom our hearts were designed. He wants to find all our broken places and completely heal us as only he can do. Humans are worshipers. We can't help it. It's a divine setup. We were made to give ourselves to someone in adoration, in enjoyment, in obsession, in worship. And if we will not yield to God's loving advances to fall in love with him and to worship him genuinely from a heart of enjoyment, then we will inevitably, continually fall prey to worshiping lesser lovers, to chasing after empty lies, that can never satisfy. As the old poem says, the Lord is like the hound of heaven, chasing our hearts up and down the alleyways of life, all throughout the seasons of our time here, seeking that deeper relationship. And it is only in Him that we find ourselves. Many folks in this world are concerned with self-actualization, finding themselves. I have to get involved in this, and I have to travel here and there. I have to find myself. I have to discover who I really am. We will only ever find out who we are more and more as we are finding out who He is more and more.